Hello and welcome to another episode of Soap Goes to the Oscars. This is episode 53, and we're still in the 1935 Oscar year, eighth ceremony. And the movie I watched this time was Les Miserables, not a musical version since that didn't come out till 1980. But this was available on both Plex and Daily Motion for free. I started watching it on Daily Motion, but it was kind of choppy. And so I switched over to Plex and the quality was good there. The only issue I had with it was there was a lot of commercials in between. And, not just the frequency of the commercials, but the amount of commercials within each time they popped up. So there was quite a few. So the movie's like an hour and 49 minutes or so, but probably was over 2 hours because of the commercials. So I actually watched this over 2 days because of that. As I always say, I like the free ones. So that's good. I think that will be the last free one I can get for this round. So getting into the Wikipedia page. Not a lot of information on this page, but it does have an extensive list of changes that were made from the book. And I won't go through them all because that would be even more boring than what I'm doing now. So I'll just kind of give the basics of it. So Les Miserables, I know that was terrible, is a 1935 American drama film starring Frederick March and Charles Laughton, based upon the 1862 Victor Hugo novel of the same name. The movie was adapted by W.P. Lipscomb and directed by Richard Boleslavsky. This was the last film for 20th Century Pictures before it merged with Fox Film Corporation to form 20th Century Fox. The plot of although I did see at the end credits, it did say 20th Century Fox. So maybe they changed something later, but the plot of the film mostly follows Hugo's novel Les Miserables, but there are many differences. The film was nominated for the Oscar for Best Picture, the Academy Award for Best Assistant Director. Didn't know they had that. Academy Award for Best Cinematography, and the award for Best Film Editing. National Board of Review named the film the sixth best of 1935. So, produced by Daryl F. Zanuck, cinematography by Greg Toland, edited by Barbara McLean. There's a lot of female, I've said this before, but there were a lot of female editors back then, which I feel like probably fell off at some point and then, came back again. Music by Alfred Newman. And I'll make the same joke I made the last time, which was not the Mad Magazine mascot. Production company 20th Century Pictures, distributed by United Artists. Release date was April 20th, 1935. And this says running time 103 minutes normal, 6 minutes credits. But again, if you watch it on Plex, it's going to be over 2 hours. So I am a fan of the musical Les Miserables. Very much so. It's one of my favorite musicals, and particularly the character of Javert in the musical, which was ruined by Russell Crowe in the 2012 adaptation. The rest of the movie, the rest of the cast was mostly fine, but he really was disappointing for me because that is my favorite character. So, and then I think the only other version I had seen prior to this was the 1998 one with Liam Neeson and Claire Danes. Jeffrey Rush played Javert. That one was okay, from what I remember. It didn't really stick with me, so not much to say about it. But this one, folks, was pretty good. And what's funny is so this is 1935. I believe there was also a 1934 version done. So you talk about remaking things quickly now. They were doing it less than a year later. So Charles Laughton, who played Javert, I'm going to scroll back here in his credits. I have to say that he has emerged as my favorite actor of the 30s that I've come across in this endeavor here. His first movie was a short in 1928, so he started a little bit later in the 20s. The first movie that I watched him in going through this was the 1933 movie, The Private Life of Henry VIII, which was episode 27. and he was very good in that as Henry VIII. Then he was in The Barretts of Wimpole Street. I actually think the other guy, yeah, Frederick March was also in that, who played Jean Valjean in this adaptation. So they were both good in that as well. Ruggles of Redgap from 1935. Barretts of Wimpole was 1934. Ruggles of Redgap and Les Mis, both in 1935. And get this, Mutiny on the Bounty, also 1935, and that is the one that won Best Picture for this year that I'm reviewing now. So he was in 3 of the 12 movies that were nominated, and the one that won plays Captain Bligh in that one. So he played Ruggles and Ruggles of Redgap. So he really gets like the lead roles. And he, by today's standards, he's not a conventional actor. He's not, sort of ruggedly handsome or anything. He's very good at comedy, which he did in Ruggles of Redgap, and then he's very good at drama, which he showed in this one and probably in Mutiny on the Bounty as well. So I'm excited to see that one now, because so far this one would be the top of my list for this round of Oscars. I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is number 1 with a bullet, and probably maybe Top Hat, but Ruggles of Redgap would be, and Top Hat would be like fighting for second, and he's in that one. He's in Ruggles as well. So I really like him as an actor, and I think he's probably got a few other ones coming up that were also nominated. Hunchback of Notre Dame, maybe. So definitely, he kind of stands out for me, and he was excellent as Javert in this. So if you're not a fan of the musical, you may not know the story very well. If you've seen the other movies, they're maybe not so memorable, all of them. But this one, very, very good. I would recommend this, and if you're a fan of the story, and definitely just even for the 2 lead performances, they were amazing. So I can't say enough good about this one. But that's all I'm going to say, because I really don't have that much more about it. I don't want to waste your time more than I've already done. So yeah, run out and see this one on Plex or Daily Motion if you can, and I'll see you next time.